How's it going, guys? It's the Pixelated Pumpkin, and welcome to one of our first Halloween 2021 videos. It feels kind of weird to say that, since I've said Halloween 2020 so much, but I think I'll get it down eventually, but technically, one of our first Halloween 2021 videos. Now, technically, is the preseason right now. Some stuff is getting released at the Halloween and Party Expo in a few days, and I'm really excited for that. There will be a ton of videos for that, and this video is kind of related to that, since this will be a part of the Halloween and Party Expo, but today, I'll be looking at Sunstar/Gemmy's new for Halloween 2021 catalog. Now, I'm going to be taking a look at all the new stuff, and I'll be showing it to you guys, and I'll just discuss some of the stuff I see. It is mainly Sunstar, but there is a few Gemmy items in here as well, since I guess they're being distributed by Sunstar as well. So there is going to be a whole lot of prompts, and I'm just going to be discussing most of them pretty much. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first page we have here is just a little preview page before we get in. I'm not showing the entire page because it was kind of hard to fit in, but I kind of zoomed in a little bit. We see this witch prop right here. I'm not sure if this is new or not. We see the palm reader sign in the window, and it's overall pretty nicely decorated house. So without further ado, this is just a little preview page. Now let's get into the real stuff. So yeah. So now here's the real first page. As we could see, they're showing off some of their new life-size animatronics for the Halloween 2021 season. So starting us off at the top left-hand side, we have this looking very similar to the Chatters clown from the Tug of War clowns. I think this is one of their knockoffs, and maybe in one of them, I may be making another knockoff video this year. So be on the lookout for that when the time comes. But I'm pretty sure he'll be included, but he's holding a kid. It's just a very generic Sunstar prop again. It's just like kind of a crappy reboot or knockoff of Chatters the Clown, but it's different enough where it's not like directly ripping it off, but you could tell that the design is pretty much a copy and paste, just like dumbed down a lot compared to the original one. And then we have that witch that was in the preview page. It looks pretty good here. Definitely not their best quality stuff, but it's pretty good. Then we see this little skeleton guy. And we have another, kind of like a Heads Up Harry knockoff here. And it looks okay. I mean, it's not really 100% Heads Up Harry since it's a skeleton, but the green shirt and everything just kind of makes it look like a knockoff. As we come down, we see the Sweet Dreams mini clown again. That was from last year. Anything with the little red new for this year sign is obviously new for this year. You see this doll. I'm assuming it has the same animation as the mini Sweet Dreams clown. Then we see these hanging guys here. I'm pretty sure on the final two, the clown and the skeleton, their bodies drop down, so it makes it look like their heads are coming off. I think these things are pretty cool. I may pick one up. I'm not sure. Probably not, but I like the idea of these guys, and I think they're pretty cool. So that was the first page, mainly just showing off a lot of their new life sizes, and it's pretty interesting stuff. So there's a lot to get through here, so let's move on to the next page. Now, there isn't too much interesting here on the next page, so I'll kind of keep it brief. We just see a lot of new hanging guys. There's another new life size, that little pumpkin head guy. I think that's all right. Just a lot of hanging stuff. I think that clown looks pretty creepy as well in the top right-hand side. And overall, it's just a lot of new hanging stuff, mostly pretty small stuff. Nothing really too interesting. And as I said, there's a lot of pages to get through, so I'm only going to keep this one brief. So yeah, that's the next page. So I think it's time to move on to the next one. Overall, pretty cool. Now, moving forward, I skipped a couple pages ahead since there was, only one or two new items on those pages. But here we have a lot of new stuff, and this stuff looks really cool. This is more of like a skeleton graveyard theme page. There's a few new hanging guys. That little Reaper guy looks pretty cool. There's a hanging, shaking ghost. That looks a lot like the Techie Toys floating ghost. I don't think that's Techie. I think that may be Gemmy or Sunstar, but it looks strikingly similar. There's this new, coffin hanging thing. I think this looks alright. I'm not sure how big it is. It may be pretty big. I can't imagine it being gigantic, but it looks pretty cool. And then you can see there's, these little crawling groundbreaker guys. I like the witch one, it looks like a lot. The side angle looks pretty interesting. Definitely a really alright, groundbreaker. This stuff is pretty cheap overall, of course, it being Sunstar, but it is still pretty good stuff here. I do like the groundbreakers here a lot. So, without further ado, let's move on to the next page. So the next page is actually really interesting. We have only two returning things here, being the two guys at the top. But next to it, this witch here Looks really eerie, honestly. It looks pretty creepy. And, I mean, it looks cheap, of course, but I like it. I think it's okay. Moving down, we have these two pumpkin groundbreakers. I don't know why the one on the left-hand side says it's new. We've definitely seen this before. I think at Big Lots, they've definitely had him, without a doubt. I don't know why it says new product. I don't think it is new, unless it's like a new version of it. I know the one next to it is definitely a new version of it, which looks really cool, to be honest. Like, the dark colors look really creepy on it. I like that a lot. If I find that on sale, I may have to pick that guy up, since I really like the color scheme on it. And moving down, it looks like we have, like, another version of the pumpkin guys, but they're clowns now. I like the clown, definitely the one to the left-hand side. I think the clown there is pretty cool. I don't really like the one next to it. It looks very generic, but the left-hand side one looks pretty cool. The green hair, the red hair, not so much. So let's move on to the next page. Now on the next page, you can see we have some creepy crawlies and some other critters. There isn't a lot new here. I mean, I guess there is, actually. I'm going to keep this one brief. As you can see, there's a few spiders here and there. There's that new bat, which looks alright. And then there's that Venus flytrap. I think that's also really cool, and there's an owl next to it. There really isn't too much here. I personally like the Venus flytrap the best. Everything else is meh. But overall, it's an alright page here. Not too much going on. Now, I skipped a few pages ahead since there really wasn't much new, but here on this page we have something really, really, really exciting that is actually coming back. So, I'm going to put a picture of them up in 3, 2, 1, and here they are. These were actually old Gemmy props. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know this. Gemmy, way back in the day, I think like 2012, maybe 2011 even, they had these little miniature horror movie figures that were animated, and it looks like Gemmy is bringing them back. So these, again, are some of the Gemmy items that are in this catalog. These look amazing, if I'm being honest. I can't wait to see their animation and what they look like in person, but they look really good. As I've said before, Gemmy is very good at making a lot of their tabletops are really good. Their life sizes, unfortunately, we can't say the same anymore, but a lot of their recent tabletops actually turned out to be really good, and I definitely really like these guys. I hope to get the Michael one this year. I hope it is released. I like all of them a lot, though. The Jason and Michael one are probably my two favorites. The Freddy Krueger one's alright, but I'm definitely planning on getting the Michael. So now if we come back to the rest of the page to take a look at what's new, next to them we have these two hanging guys here. Looks like their faces light up. I like the witch one. I like the green light up on her face. I think that looks nice. Then we can see we have some clowns, some skeletons, and all the way at the bottom we have the tombstone guy or whatever. I forget his name. And it looks like just some other stuff. A little ghost on a pumpkin seems pretty interesting. I want to see what that does eventually, but overall, everything here looks pretty nice, and especially with those returning, I cannot wait, and I think that it's really good. Gemmy is definitely taking a step in the right direction by bringing back those little horror movie figures. Now, the next page here I'm also kind of excited to talk about, since there's a whole bunch of new pumpkins. Now, I think some of the designs on these are really cool. I like the little, what do you call it? I forget what they're called, but with the stuff inside, like, that's animated, I think those are pretty cool. It looks like we're getting a new flaming pumpkin. I think that looks really nice, all the way to the left-hand side of the screen. And then next to it, there's this eyeball pumpkin, which also looks really cool. And then, again, there's just some more stuff that's inside the pumpkins that's probably animated. And then just some other returning pumpkins and stuff, which also look really nice. And then just, like, create your own pumpkin kits. Other than that, there really isn't too much to say, but I think a lot of the new designs look really nice, especially the eyeball and the new flaming one. And I'm really excited to see those in person and if that one is actually a flaming pumpkin. Because with the Techie Toys one, I think it's starting a new trend to have, like, those special flame lights inside the pumpkins. But anyways, overall, really cool stuff here. And I think there's either 1 or 2 more pages left to go through, so yeah. Now, here's the final page that we'll be taking a look at. There are a lot more pages that I left out that are actually in the full catalog. I'll see if I can try to link it in the description. I really don't know how, since it's a PDF, so I don't think you're able to download files from a description on YouTube, but it's really nothing new. There's just a lot of returning stuff, nothing that special. But here on our final page, we have a whole bunch of new hanging guys. Now, some of these look really cool, some of them not so much. In the top row, we could see the skeleton that's new. There's like this green thing. I'm not sure what that is. And then 2 clowns. I like the one with the purple and the green hair. That's pretty unique. Different hair colors. We never really see that on clowns, actually. So kind of unique for Sunstar, especially. And then moving down, we have 3 returning ones. And then this doll one looks really cool, in my opinion. I like how that looks a lot, actually. And overall, this is a pretty okay page. Nothing that special. And it will be our final page. So let's wrap up the video now. So everyone, that's going to be it for this video. Be sure you stay tuned. Keep an eye out on my channel for a whole bunch of new Halloween and Party Expo content coming to you in a few days. When new stuff gets released, I will be posting about it here. Thank you for going on this trip with me through the Sunstar Halloween 2021 catalog. If I were to choose a favorite thing, it is definitely those 3 returning Gemmy little horror movie figures, as you could see on your screen right now, the Michael Myers one. I really love that a lot. I think it is really cool and definitely a big surprise to see from Gemmy this year. Even though it is a Sunstar catalog, it is nice to see a few other stuff in there like Gemmy, and yeah. I think it's a pretty alright year for Sunstar. Some of their new stuff is actually pretty cool. And overall, it was alright. A lot of crappy stuff, nothing that I will personally be buying, except for the new Gemmy guys, of course. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, this is the Pixelated Pumpkin, signing out.